Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setups for today, January the 30th. Pretty much a weird week last week by the looks of things. Didn't manage to trade any of this, but a lot of rejections happening sort of along this plane here. A bit of a trend line that formed last week. The important thing here is that is a fairly bullish weekly bar with oscillators crossing over and separated. So this could be a situation of strong move up, and then let me just get this here. So strong move up, and then we are consolidating here. Don't like that triangle consolidation because it could go either way, but I just want to get this weekly level in as well. There is our double bottom. Okay, so first leg, second leg, there's our neckline. We haven't really got above it, and what we are forming is sort of some consolidation thing here. So it's pretty simple. A decent break and retest of 34,310 gets us going to the upside, and then we probably need to look for, I would argue, that's the structure we need to look for there for a break to the downside. So if we get a break of 33,145 to the downside, then that would trigger downside trades. So looking at the 8 hour, you've got the trend lines. Our trend lines are not entirely correct, so let's get rid of them. We are aware of what we need to do here. Those are my levels, and ultimately we need to argue if we get above those levels, it's long. Get it below the level, it's short. I mean, there's nothing else to it at the moment. And if you look at the 3 hour from last week, we did sort of retest the moving averages quite a few times before we started getting going, and it brings us another level round about there. You can see we've tested the structure there, we've tested it there, and we've rejected it here, and we tested it here. So this line, this level is of interest to us, so that is at 33,825. Now, if you get down to the hour, that's what we want to be looking at. Have a look at Friday's price action. I think Thursday was also chaotic, not really bouncing off any levels. I lied, that was a decent one on Thursday, and there was another one here on Friday, but typically not stuff that I like trading anyway. So what are we? We are in an upward trend. There is no two ways about that. We have crossed over the moving averages and we are pointing up. We are in an area of potential support. It's not that strong, but it is here. And that is 33,896, and then we have 33,825. So for me, 15 minutes today, and bear in mind there's a lot of data coming out today. Oh, sorry, not today, but this week. So, and we've got earnings, some big earnings days coming out as well. So I suspect there's going to be some volatility one way or another. And at the moment, if you look at the 15-minute, we are stuck between the moving averages. So what you really want to do is just so I just want to find what's going to be the most logical here. That looks to be the most logical. So you're looking for a break above 33,946 and a retest for a move up. You do have a gap here, so I suspect that gap will close. It's pretty close, and you've got a gap all the way up here from this profit taking from Friday. So I'd be watching this area fairly closely. You'd probably be looking, look at the 1 hour chart. You're looking for a pin bar or some structure of 33,896, or alternatively a little bit lower down at 33,825. The only thing that's going to get us into a potential downtrend is a swing below Thursday's lows. So a break below that and then retest higher up at 33,625 would trigger shorts for me. So for me at the moment, just looking at what happened on Friday, I'm very, very skeptical. But you may find opportunities on the 5-minute as well. You can see here, 5-minute gap, 5-minute gap, 5-minute gap. So that was a gappy move down, more than likely just profit taking because the week was so volatile. You just find people just not holding over the weekend. So that to me is what makes the most sense. But if you look at the 5-minute, obviously you've got to cross over the moving averages here. So potentially could be a drift lower. So ultimately, I think you're probably going to find we're either going to pick up one of these tails here, and I'm going to put them all in and make the chart really messy for you. So there, this is the bottom end of this range or potential range will be 33,825. Then we have what I suspect is going to be a stronger range, which is at 33,869. Then you have this level here at 33,896. So I would expect buyers to come in off this, driving it back up to firstly 33,946, and then ultimately coming towards a gap here at 33,969. So that's kind of the view that I've got. Look at the oscillators here on the hour. They have grouped the, starting to group the downside. We're in an upward trend. Everything is pointing that we should be moving back to the upside. I don't think we're going to tag something like 34,310 today. I think you're going to be fairly range bound and probably in a tight range today on a sort of lower time frame range, in somewhere in amongst all these levels I've given you, until the data starts coming out on Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday's non-farm payrolls. So you've got a lot of global data coming out, which is going to impact this one way or another. Bad data across the globe, expect a rapid fall, which is what all the bears are anticipating. Data that's as expected, expect us just to continue with this chaos. Data better than expected, expect us to rally. Short and sweet of what we should be looking for. So for me today, I'm not entirely sure I want to be in on this today. I think I will sit quietly and wait. There's too much potential for volatility coming. And one thing to point out is that there are gaps to the downside here as well on the 15-minute. There's one. So if there's one on the 15-minute there's another one there in actual fact. So, and there's a small one here as well. There's it's closed, there's it's open. So there's a couple of gaps to the downside as well. So possible that you start testing Thursday's lows or somewhere around Thursday's lows like that. 33,716 as well. So lower time frames is the one to go for, and if you're on the 5 minutes, I'd actually prefer the 6 minutes. Just give you a little bit more structure. You can see we do have a downward trend forming. So wait for the market open. You get a rejection. You can have a nice tight stop loss for a move down. Cross over the moving averages. Find supports up here. Then you've got to move back to the upside, and you'll probably be challenging some of the highs from Friday. But anyway, I am sit on hands. I will wait for at least some of Tuesday's data before starting to look for any opportunities. Anyway, hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.